From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Ticats Today with Brayden Neville.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ticats Today for this Wednesday, July the 19th, 2023, right here on the Ticats Audio Network. The weather has been gorgeous this week, sitting in the high 20s all week long with lots of sunshine. The Ticats have been hard at practice, having some extra days this week after the shortened week last week. They now have a longer week this week, and it's great to get a little bit of extra time to prepare for this big matchup, the Battle of the QEW with the Toronto Argonauts. On today's show, Coach O speaks about the team giving a hand to a special cause. James Butler talks about his high PFF rating. Chris Edwards speaks on playing against his former team on Friday, and I sit down with Terry Godwin for a hilarious conversation, and we get to know the wide receiver just a little bit better. But first, let's get to some news around the team. I've been mentioning the PFF grading system pretty much all season long, and the rankings from last week looked pretty good for the Ticats. Now, I know a lot of people look at these rankings and don't think much of it. Coach O has made it clear to me it's not something he's paying attention to, but why not share some positive news here about the Ticats? The Ticats offense was ranked number 1 in the league last week, according to the PFF ranking system, rating in at an 83.1. James Butler had a stellar week once again. What else is new? And came in at number 2 on the weekly rankings among all players, trailing only behind Argos QB Chad Kelly. JB averaged an 87.3 rating, which comes with no surprise after the game he had in Edmonton. Coach O spoke about that upcoming matchup with Toronto and more. All right, Coach, I noticed the Tim Hortons Camp Day shirt. Just what has the team been doing for the cause, and what does it mean to you and the team?
This is community-based, right? Anytime you can give back, like football is a vehicle, and it's a platform, and you can use it to be self-serving, and that's fine for those. It's just we collectively as an organization believe in giving back and doing what we can. And whether that's big or small, we don't measure it that way. Your time is your most valuable resource. You can't speed it up. You can't slow it down. You can't buy any more of it. So anytime you can give of your time and at times funds, we're up for that challenge, and this is one of those challenges for us.
And last week you have not many days in between games, and now you have a little bit of an extra break. How has that been to help the team here get prepared?
Well, we'll see. We'll see how we respond, but I'm never going to complain about rest. It's easier for coaches, not in necessarily our prep, but for the players, they're gonna line up when the ball's gonna be kicked off. They're gonna blow the whistle regardless. But it is the human body, and it does require some rest. So I hope it bodes well for us.
And Terry Godwin, he's been a personality that it's hard to miss out there on the field and in the locker room. Just what has he brought to this team this season, and both on the field and just in the room with the guys?
Yeah, Terry, I would just say is consistent, and I think when we brought him up here last year, the game was new, it was fast for him, but it was very evident that he was a natural receiver. He fielded punts naturally. He had a personality that was easy to get along with. Little did we know that it was going to be so fun. He's very consistent. He likes to smile. He likes to laugh, but he's also serious between the white lines and wants to get the job done. So Terry's growing. I think he's made some spectacular catches. He's done some great things. I think he's just scratching the surface. We expect more from Terry, but bigger than that, I think Terry expects more of himself, but pleased to this point.
That was Coach O following today's practice. James Butler came in at number 2 league-wide on those PFF rankings, and I asked him about being given the number 2 spot. James, according to the new PFF ranking system, you were ranked number 2 among players in the league last week. Just what are your thoughts on the system? Is it something you pay attention to? Does it say anything towards the kind of game you had?
I mean, it's cool. It's a cool thing, you know what I'm saying? It was cool. Y'all came up with a cool little graphic. That was cool. My mom liked it, so it's pretty cool.
And the offensive line, it seems like, had an outstanding game last week. They were ranked also number 1 according to that system, and it was easy to tell watching the game. Just what did you notice about that O-line and that game giving you so much space to work with?
Yeah, just, you know what I'm saying, guys, continuing blocking, like I said. Like I wasn't out there doing it by myself, you know what I'm saying? So whenever, a running back has a big game, it's never by himself. It's always an O-line and receivers blocking downfield.
Now, Taylor Powell's coming into this game. He's making his first career start. What have you noticed from him in practice this week, just preparing for this one?
Just confidence, you know what I'm saying? Like, TP's always been a confidence guy. Like, the first time I seen him, he embodies a quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Like, how he walks, how he talks, how he carries himself. So we're excited. I know he's excited.
Now, matching up against this Toronto defense, what needs to be done here for you personally to get some space out there?
Yeah, just, you know what I'm saying, continue doing what I'm doing, continue executing, you know what I'm saying, and protect the house, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I just got to keep doing my job, you know what I'm saying? Can't do everybody else's, just and stay into it.
Now, you've gotten to experience this rivalry in the last game. Just how is it a little different playing against the Argonauts, the QEW battle?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Being out here in Hamilton, like, finally experiencing the fans being out here a little while, you could definitely see how excited the fans are. I've even ran into some Toronto fans, so it's definitely a different vibe for this game other than others.
That was James Butler following today's sunny practice at Tim Hortons Field. Now, Chris Edwards will be playing against his former team this Friday in Hamilton for the second time this season. The DB has been off to a hot start in his time with the Cats with 18 tackles, 2 sacks, and a pick 6 already to his name in the first third of the season. Now, Chris Edwards spoke to me about playing the former team and continuing his strong play. All right, Chris, upcoming matchup with the former team. You've already played them once this season. Is there still a little something extra when you play against those former teammates?
Yeah, definitely. That's going to always be like that. Plus, we see this team 4 times, so, that's big towards the end of the season, going into the playoffs, placement standings and everything. So, seeing the team 4 times and it being a rival right up the road, that's always going to be a little extra there when we play them, definitely.
And now, going up against Chad Kelly in that offense, an offense you know very well, what needs to be done here on defense just to contain them and contain that run game as well as that passing game?
We got to hit and get takeaways. They want to run the ball. They want to try to display their dominance, so we just got to fight fire with fire, get physical with them, hit 34, hit 33, hit 12, and create some turnovers, and I feel like we'll get the win.
You've been contributing in multiple aspects of the game, whether it be sack or tackles or an interception. You've done it all already in this short season. Just how do you feel you can keep that momentum going? Do you feel like you've kind of hit your groove early here with the Ticats?
Yeah, definitely. I actually feel like that. It's a lot more to come. It's early in the season. It's 18 games. We're only 5 games in, going on 6. So, I still got a lot I can improve on and that I will improve on, but I do plan on continue to help my team by making plays in every aspect of the game, like you said, recovering fumbles, interceptions, sacks, wherever I'm needed.
And now, do you feel as though the team's kind of riding a little bit of momentum here? You have 2 straight wins. You're coming into this one looking for that 3rd straight win. Do you feel like and you have a few extra days of rest as well. Do you feel like you're riding a little bit of a wave here? Definitely.
And, we get a couple guys back, you know what I'm saying? So, we definitely revving up. We definitely catching our groove. We started out slow, but, that happens sometimes. So now we, like you said, we in our groove. We revving up, so I feel like we'll be all right.
That was Chris Edwards as he prepares for the rivalry matchup with the former team. Now, every football team has glue guys that a team just loves to have around in the locker room, guys who can keep things light in tough times and make guys around them maybe have a little more fun in those serious situations. Now, one of those players for the Ticats is Terry Godwin, and he just happens to be a very good football player. Godwin is in his first CFL season after spending a few years in the NFL, and before that with the Georgia Bulldogs, the cream of the crop in college football. He sat down with me today to talk about his experience in the league so far and keeping things light with the guys. I'm joined now by Terry Godwin. Terry, thanks for joining me today. First question I have for you, we know you as the football player, Terry Godwin, but what are you doing off the field? What are you doing for fun? What do you do on your downtime, if you have any?
So for fun or downtime, whenever I have a free day, I'm more like a spontaneous type of guy. So it's pretty much I kind of flow with the wind. Like, okay, I'm up to doing fun activities or just getting out to sightsee and stuff like that. Like, for instance, I'm new to Canada, so I want to explore, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know Toronto is like 45 minutes the other way and Niagara Falls is the other way. I've been to Niagara, but I want to see, like, for instance, the little small, like what we call in the States, the hole in the wall stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to find fun things like that and even like a art museum, something to, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So I like stuff like that, and I'm also a gamer at the same time.
Okay, so you play video games?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of games are you playing?
Number one game I play is Call of Duty.
Okay.
I'm head over heels for Call of Duty. Then after that, I'll probably have to say Madden and 2K. So this type of game, and Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto's a classic.
Yeah,
Grand Theft Auto.
I got to throw that one in.
Who's
there.
on the squad? Are there any players on the Ticats on the squad for Call of Duty?
Oh, so I will say.
Like dream squad scenario for the guys here on the team.
Now, only people I have played with, I know for sure, is Woods and AJ. So, look, he want to walk in.
Lawrence Woods is sneaking in there now. We're talking about his Call of Duty.
Yeah.
He's
So-
good?
We pushing it.
Yeah. Nah, we I ain't gonna lie, that helps out a lot because we get home, we're away from the facility, but we're still team bonding, even over the games or whatnot.
Yeah.
We come back to the facility and we talk about it. So it's kind of fun, but other than that, I probably had to say those are the only two guys that I've played with, so I don't know about everybody else. But they're pretty decent.
Now,
I would consider myself the best one.
You're number
but
one?
Yeah, hands
Okay.
down.
You got a good KD then?
Yeah,
That's good.
come on.
So, another question that might raise a little bit of a debate, if you will. Madden. Who's the best Madden player that you played with on the team?
All right, I'm going to be honest. It ain't even a debate for me.
Okay.
So, my best Madden player on the team, I'm going to have to go with my boy Omar Bailey.
Okay.
Omar Bailey's hands down. Only reason I say that, this everybody gonna hear this.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. I give him his credit. But since May, we've been here since May.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I haven't beaten him yet.
You guys are playing a lot, too.
Man, we play at least, like, say for instance, if we play today, we'll probably play 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
I still don't win. Like, I get close 7 points, lose by a field goal. I just can't win. And I'm like, what? And he always come back the next day. Oh, I wasn't even playing for real. Like, I was doing something else.
Just makes you feel worse about the loss.
So now it's like I got to go home and practice and lock in. But no, I give it to him, though.
Now, you mentioned you've been sightseeing a little bit. Now, have you gone what are some spots around Hamilton, some holes in the walls, if you will, that you've been to so far?
So now I literally just found out about this. I guess it's like a Jamaican restaurant. It's called Ellie's.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a big foodie. I love to eat.
Yeah.
So, like, any good food suggestions, let me know. But I would say I found that, like, last week. And then literally yesterday, Omar took me to a burrito place that was literally like 5 minutes from where we stay, and I'd never seen it.
Yeah.
And it was the best burrito or quesadilla that I've had since I've been here. And I'm like...
It's in Canada.
Yeah. And it's like, if you look at it, it's like a hole in one. It's like, there's no way. But it was pretty decent.
That was good?
Yeah, but as far as, like, other activities, I went to Toronto to do the VR game.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, that took me back to being a kid. That was amazing. That was amazing. So, as of now, I can't really name right off bat the places that I've seen and have been to. But those are the 2 main places in the last week and a half or 2 weeks, because I know I have been to Niagara Falls.
Yeah, Niagara Falls is good.
Yeah, so that's fun. I don't complain about going out, and I love to go down there, sightsee, and just walk around.
So since you're relatively new to Canada, what was the biggest, I guess, something that's just different than the States? What's a little bit of a culture shock or something where you're like, what is that?
Man, honestly, we talk about this all the time in the locker room. Coming to Canada versus the States, the first thing we notice are the people are so nice.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are so laid back and just respectful. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And other than that, the second biggest thing is the wind and the temperature.
Yeah, the wind is pretty crazy.
Man, it gets cold.
Yeah.
But it's not like a below freezing, but it's probably like for us, I would say like 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and I think that's like 10 Celsius.
Yeah, something around there. Yeah, I'm bad.
So on top of that, with the 20-mile-per-hour wind that we're not used to, it's like, man, we're out here in this freezing cold.
Yeah.
But other than that, I say that, and then just really just how life is up here. Like, it's really, not gonna lie, I like it up here. Like, it's really laid back. Like, y'all really be laid back and just enjoying life. So I like it over here. I'm not going to complain.
Now, I want to kind of switch over now to just getting adjusted to the Canadian game, right, the football.
Man.
What was that adjustment period like going from the NFL and then going to play the CFL? Like, there's a lot of differences, but what was the biggest to you?
The biggest difference for me at receiver, I would probably have to say the waggle.
Yeah.
Like, I've never had a chance to run to the line and then run a route. So I'm like, when I first got here, I really had to condition myself and control my breathing with that. Other than that, I would have to say how big the field is. It's a lot bigger than what people think when you're actually out there running.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, down in the NFL, you may catch a ball under numbers, and you probably have 3 steps before you go out of bounds.
Yeah.
Here, you have maybe 10 or 15, so you got a little space to run. But I probably had to say that's the biggest difference for me at receiver, like the waggle and then how big the field is.
Do you feel like getting used to those rules? A lot of people say those can benefit receivers in a way.
Can.
Do you feel that it's, now that you've gotten used to that a bit, that it benefits you, it gives you a little bit more of an advantage than it would in the NFL?
I agree because when I first got here, Tim White kind of took me under his wing as far as learning how the style is up here. So once I learned and got my waggle down, he taught me, like, I can use that to my advantage. And once I learned, like, the ins and outs of the waggle and then just how to set up my routes with the waggle, it became, like, a totally different game for me. Yeah. And I kind of fell in love with it. So it's like, now I know how to manipulate.
Now you got it.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like I can actually go out here full speed and make it look like I'm running full speed and make it look like this route, but it's really this route.
Yeah, it gives you more, like,
exactly.
in a way you can use that more to the advantage in tons of different ways.
I can manipulate it.
Now, I want to just go to the story about how you decided to come to Hamilton. What was that? What was behind you making the decision to come here?
So with my situation, I tore my Achilles.
That's a brutal injury.
Yeah, like two years ago, I want to say. 2.5, maybe 2. But anyway, so I tore my Achilles, and then I got cut from a team down there, and I went to work out with another team, which it didn't go as planned. So once I came home, I was at home for like 3-4 days, maybe a week.
Yeah.
And Spencer Zimmerman gave me a call, and he was like, hey, we've been looking at you, and we like what we see. How do you feel about coming up here? Being American, the first instincts, I'm like, Canada? Do I want to go to Canada? You know what I mean?
It's a lot of guys are like
that. Yeah. But it's like, down there, a lot of people don't know, like, what it's like up here or what the game is like or as far as how people are about the game up here. We're so stuck on the NFL down there that we don't pay attention to all of our surroundings. So once I got the call, I kind of was stuck in my American mindset, like, do I want to go to Canada? That's a long way, such and such, such and such. So once I sat down, I prayed about it and talked to my mom and dad, I decided to come.
Yeah.
And the first day I got up, I wouldn't even say the first day, like the moment I got off the plane, it felt like I belonged here.
Yeah,
like from the guys that picked me up from the airport to the time I got here with Coach O to meet Spencer Zimmerman, just everybody was like, I've been here before.
Yeah.
Like they just brought me in with open arms, and it's been love ever since.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think a lot of guys could account for that come from the States. They say the same thing. They're stuck on that American game, and then they come over here and they realize there's another side to it. Exactly. Now, I want to talk about this upcoming game now with the Argonauts, the rivals, the QEW battle. Just what needs to be done in this game? You're riding a 2-game winning streak to continue that momentum and get a win here over the rival Argos.
I mean, just me being a ball player, I'm the type of guy, we lost to them the first time. Okay, and we went back and watched that film. We made our corrections, and the next couple of games we come out with W's. So we're starting to get everything clicking on all cylinders, starting to ride the wave. And with this game coming up, I mean, honestly, it's going to be a big boost for everybody on the team. But I look at this a little bit more personal because y'all just beat us. And also it's a rivalry game. Y'all right up the road from us. And it's also, it's also a division game.
Yeah.
So it's like for us, it's a lot weighing on it, but we just got to go out there and play free and play the ball that we've been playing the past 2.5 weeks and also what we've been doing at practice.
Terry Godwin, such a funny guy, great guest to have on the show. Big thanks to him and the rest of the guys for being on today's show. Now, Ticats fans, we have a great contest for you. It's the redtag.ca ultimate fan trip. It's free to enter, and the winner receives flights for 4, 2 nights accommodation, and game tickets to see the Hamilton Ticats take on the BC Lions in Vancouver on Saturday, August 26th. It's simple to enter. Just go to ticats.ca/redtag-fan-trip. That's ticats.ca/redtag-fan-trip for all contest details and to enter. Good luck, and we hope to see you with us as the Ticats take on the Lions. That's all the time for me today. I want to thank you for listening to Ticats Today.